In a highly unusual move reflecting a severe social and economic crisis, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors voted 4-1 to declare a local state of emergency in response to aggressive federal immigration enforcement actions, primarily those conducted by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. This declaration is a powerful statement, reframing the federal crackdown not as standard law enforcement, but as a man-made emergency, on par with natural disasters like wildfires or earthquakes. The action acknowledges that the widespread and escalating raids, which reportedly resulted in over 5,000 arrests in the region by late August, have inflicted significant measurable harm on the county's approximately 3 million foreign-born residents and the overall local economy. By declaring an emergency, the county aims to swiftly mobilize resources and enact protections outside of typical legislative channels, creating a direct, legal, and political confrontation with federal policy. Reasons for the emergency declaration. The county's decision was driven by overwhelming evidence of humanitarian suffering and economic destabilization. 1. Social and humanitarian crisis. The primary motivator was the pervasive fear and chaos spreading through immigrant and mixed-status communities. Supervisors cited reports of residents afraid to leave their homes, family members being detained without notice from workplaces, and the resulting destabilization of households. The raids separated families and led to immense psychological distress. The dragnet operations, which included arrests at locations like car washes, bus stops, and farms, also reportedly led to the wrongful detention of some U.S. citizens, further eroding public trust and safety. 2. Economic disruption. The raids caused an immediate and measurable financial fallout. A survey cited by county staff indicated a steep 62% drop in average weekly earnings among immigrants, as fear kept breadwinners home or led to job loss. This economic shock disrupted local economies, strained critical services like schools and hospitals due to decreased attendance, and left entire families destitute and unable to pay for basic necessities, most critically, rent and food. Consequences and opposition. The emergency declaration immediately empowers the county to take several protective and proactive steps, but it also invited immediate opposition and potential legal jeopardy. Immediate consequences. County action. Financial assistance. It allows the county to request and funnel state money for urgent relief, including legal aid and direct rent relief for tenants who can prove financial hardship due to the raids. An online portal is planned for disbursement of these funds. Mobilization. It expedites the coordination of interagency responses and allows for rapid contracting to provide services, effectively aligning the entire weight of county government to support affected communities. Potential eviction moratorium. Crucially, it serves as a necessary precursor to enacting an eviction moratorium, though a separate, narrowly tailored action would be required to protect tenants while respecting landlord rights, such as requiring tenants to repay back rent. Opposition and legal challenges. The declaration was not unanimous. Supervisor Catherine Barger, the sole dissenting vote, argued that the situation did not meet the criteria for a typical emergency and warned of probable legal challenges that constrain the county budget. Landlord associations, notably the Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles, voiced concerns that any ensuing eviction moratorium would impose further financial hardship on housing providers who were already reeling from COVID-era freezes. They argued that deferring rent payments could ultimately lead to the loss of affordable housing units. The federal government itself also criticized the move, calling it aiding and abetting in lawbreaking. Prediction and outlook. The declaration marks a significant escalation in the ongoing tension between federal immigration enforcement and sanctuary jurisdictions like Los Angeles County. Near-term predictions. Legal battles. The county will almost certainly face legal challenges from landlord and property rights groups should an eviction moratorium be enacted. The county's attorneys will have to work hard to ensure any protective measure is temporary and legally sound. Federal pushback. Federal agencies, including ICE, are likely to increase their rhetorical opposition and potentially their operational presence in the area, further solidifying LA County as a key battleground. Resource strain. While the declaration unlocks resources, the sheer scale of the need, especially for legal aid and rental assistance following thousands of arrests, will likely test the limits of the county's mobilized funds. The long-term outlook is one of continued friction until federal policy shifts or state-level legal protections are strengthened to fully shield local communities from enforcement impacts. Solutions and mitigation strategies. The solutions being implemented or advocated for are focused on immediate relief, community protection, and long-term reform. Implemented active solutions. Financial safety net. The most critical action is the provision of direct financial assistance, ensuring families who lost income can remain housed and stable. Legal defense. Funneling state money into legal aid ensures detained individuals receive counsel, upholding due process, and potentially reducing deportations. Know Your Rights campaigns. Local organizations continue to deploy Know Your Rights education in multiple languages, advising residents on how to interact with federal agents, their right to remain silent, and the necessity of speaking with a lawyer before signing documents. Broader policy solutions. The county's actions are ultimately a call for broader federal reform. Supervisors and advocacy groups argue that the only true solution is the creation of fair, pragmatic federal immigration policies that offer legal pathways for long-term contributing residents. Until then, local jurisdictions like LA County will continue to employ every tool at their disposal, whether symbolic or material, to mitigate the devastating human and economic consequences of aggressive enforcement